What is up, YouTube? Today we'll be installing a open catch can on my G35 sedan sport. Spent around about $75 for the whole thing. I'm going to show you a quick little video on what I bought and how it's going to get set up basically, and then we'll get ready to install it and show you how to do that. Yeah, so when with an open catch can, it's really the true way to do it. Closed catch can, you still get some of that blowback that gets sucked back in, and if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it open. My opinion, there's a lot of videos out there, just check them out and see what you think will work best for you, but to me, I think this is the true way to do it. So let me show you that clip and then we'll get ready to install it. So this is a catch can I ended up buying. Already got, as you can see, I got already a hose on, so I need to finish putting it on there. The catch can alone was about $30, and I went with the open catch can. Let me try to get this off right here. So this is an open catch can. So I need to put some Teflon on this and go ahead and tighten it all up. I'll let you get a quick little view. You can't really see anything in there. That right there. There is a chamber between where you saw and here, and it just basically the air goes through there, and then also this one goes straight up the top, which this is. This is an open catch can, and both lines will be running air pressure coming in through, and the only way it can go is out. I've seen some other ones that are more expensive, and the filter, the whole of it was super small, like a dime. So where there's more pressure, you want to try to let it out as much as possible. So having a bigger foundation, you will get more air out. So it's the reason I chose this. I was gonna buy an $80 one, but I ended up choosing this one. All together, I bought this for $30. I bought some hose for about like $12. You will need these to cap off your intake manifold and your intake. And also as well, I ordered the PVC valve delete, the hollow. I ordered it all on eBay. This was 20 bucks itself, and also ordered 2 sets of clamps. Altogether, the clamps with this, the hose are 25. This was 30, and this was another 20. So altogether, about $75 to spend instead of spending $75 just on enclosed catch can that will most likely catch just about everything. But this is the true way to actually have a catch can, an open catch can. You can leave your comments if you want. I watched a lot of videos, but to me, this is the best way. It's really the true way to have a catch can, especially if you're turbo. You want one of these. I do have the high rev motor, so this is definitely a necessity. So yeah, altogether about 75 bucks. Let's get this thing on, and I will continue this video to show you how this is. And I did go with a 9/13 hose. It is a little tight. I didn't want to buy the end fittings because they're just super expensive. So what I'm having to do is just force it onto the actual fitting, and I'm just gonna clamp it, and then I'm gonna force this one there and clamp it. Run one to the passenger side where the PVC valve. Replace the PVC valve with this, and this is actually a little smaller, so it'll actually slip on here a lot easier. And then run the other hose to the other valve cover on the driver's side. Cap the intake manifold, and then cap the actual bottom side of the intake. And that's it. Let's go ahead and do this. Alright, so now for the install, I did have to bend these brackets a little bit. I'm not really finding a good spot to put it. I did have to move. I unclipped the power steering so I can basically shove the hose through here. Hold on. basically I'll be shoving the hoses through here and letting the tank sit in here. Let me see if I can do that. I gotta put the phone down, and then we will go ahead and remove the PVC valve next, and go ahead and block this vacuum off the plenum, with our bypass caps. This kind of gave me a hard time. I was trying to find somewhere good to locate it, and this is about the best spot that I'm gonna get. On a sedan, I'm not sure if the coupes have a little bit more space, which I would believe so if the nose is a little bit bigger, but the sedans are pretty tight, and I'm sure 350Z has a lot better spacing, but I couldn't get it in here. It was hidden there, it was hidden here. So what I did is I just took off the coolant reservoir, slid it straight up, slid it in there, and then yeah, and the next step is gonna go ahead, we're gonna cut what we need and attach it to the PVC valve, and then the other one I'll run it back around to the other intake valve cover. So alright, next step we are gonna do is disconnect this line from the intake plenum, disconnect the line where the PVC valve is, replace the PVC valve with the hollow end fitting that we bought, and that'll take care of that. We'll go ahead and cap that off, pretty much like that looks, and that'll be it for that side, and clamp it down and go ahead and run the other one around and then get to that side. As you can see, I already capped that off. I was going to use a bigger size, but it fit a little bit loose, and I felt like if I did that I'd either have to put a clamp on it or just go ahead and use a zip tie or something, but went a little bit tighter. And then the PVC, just to turn it, and it's coming off pretty easy. It's off, and this is the difference from the open to the close, and it's a one-way PVC valve. And that's about it. Screw the new one in and we'll be done with this side. So the passenger side is done, clamp down, PVC down, and catch can in place for now. And the other line, I ended up running it under here through all these lines and behind the, I guess, the wiring harness, to try to make it look as pretty as possible and not tangled up with the rest of the stuff. The next part we'll be doing is you will have to be removing the intake manifold, I'm sorry, for the bottom hose right there that is clamped under the intake. So this line runs to the back of the valve cover, and all we're gonna do is cap the intake, because there will be no more hose, and the hose that I'll be running will be running to the back of the valve cover. And let's get this done. So this is what we will be capping off with one of the caps for the intake. I mean, I think all intakes are different. Some of them have them up top towards like the top side, but whatever it is, you basically cap it off. I'm gonna have to fish that line down that was plugged up into it, and basically run this hose to the valve cover, and yeah, and clamp that down, put everything back, and we have a open catch can. This piece is a pain in the ass. There's my clip right there. Looks like somebody put a different clip on it or clamp on it, and yeah. So this is where the back sides to that hose clamps to your valve cover right there, and that's where this new hose will be going to. It is a pain in the ass. It's going to be a pain in the ass to even put on and clamp down. I'm not using a flathead. I ended up using a 5/16 to unscrew it and take it off. So it's going to give me a minute. I'm going to get it back on, and then we'll be able to put everything back on, and yeah, we should be done. Well, that is it. Finally got that back hose and runs behind here. Just make sure if you do it, make sure you don't kink the line back there. I cut it right where it needed to be. You got both hoses running to catch can, and I'm gonna fix this later, try to make it sit up higher than what it is. But that's it. Let me start it up and make sure it's idling right. Yeah, just check for leaks, make sure there's no leaks. Only where it could leak is there and under the intake. It is a cold start, so it is idling pretty high, but you can hear it starting to drop slowly but surely. And yeah, it should be up and tight. And oh, so yeah, just by having it on right now, whew, you can already smell the fumes. Yeah, you can already smell the fumes coming out of it. It smells pretty bad. But it's doing what it's supposed to do, and like I said, you got two lines coming in with all the pressure, and the only way it can go is out. So that's what it is. It's doing what it needs to do. Alright guys, let me know what y'all think, if this was a helpful video. Like I said, this is an open catch can. It's probably a little bad for the environment, just because the fumes are getting caught by the filter and not cycling back through and actually going back to the exhaust. But it's not too bad. But there's plenty of worse cars out there that are doing 10 times worse to the environment. So this is the way I went, and this is probably the truly way to go. If you got any high compression turbo cars, forced injection, you want to add a catch can and prevent all that blowback from happening inside the chamber and eventually getting stuck all inside the intake manifold and form a lot of gunk up. But let me know what y'all think. I'll do an update on it, see how much blowback gets caught. But yeah guys, $75 open catch can, probably the best way to do it. I wouldn't run anything fancy if you're doing on an NA motor build. So subscribe, hit the like button if you think this was a helpful video, and I will catch you on the next video. Peace.